Good day to you, Zimbabweans. This is Honorable Temba Mliswa, People's Commissar, Chinu Chedu. Chinoramba chiri chinu chedu, chirosukete say, we must protect it, we must never let it go, we must equally contribute to it, because if you believe that something is yours, give it all the love, be sincere, be honest. This country is our Zimbabwe, and to me it baffles my mind when others are not sincere and honest in protecting what they believe is theirs. I want to say that no matter what happens, the Zanu PF Extraordinary Congress, like I earlier said, was a must attend because it is the ruling party. As such, whatever they talk about, whatever they resolve, has an effect on the running of the country. So I would have expected a lot of political parties to be there. Even if not invited, they must invite themselves, get crushed, so that you are part of a process which certainly gives you an idea where the country is going. Even if they were not there, they were still watching it on TV. You then accuse some of us of being there, but you're watching it on TV. What's the difference between you and me? You are full-time on TV watching it. I'm full-time physically on the ground. I'm sure you'd also prefer to be physically on the ground. What I also want to talk about is some of the utterances which everybody is entitled to in terms of their opinion, their views, but the opposition seems to really ride on them. Let's say the military being involved in elections, you hear how far they go in trying to discredit that. Yet really, the only way to win an election is for you to go on the ground and campaign. I think the military is doing its duty in terms of Constitution Provision 212. If the opposition were not happy, and they're not happy with the military being involved in the running of the country, they have every right to debate it in Parliament, to move a motion, as they've done before. What surprises me is how we were all together in this, including the opposition, in solidarity for the former President Mugabe to go, knowing very well that Zanu PF had made a resolution to have its interim leader as Emerson Dabuzo Mnangagwa, who's now the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. All that was well known. I am baffled, I am confused, I am disappointed that as people, leaders, we mislead our own people. We cannot have a situation where leaders are misleading people. As Zimbabweans too, you must also be able to think for yourselves like you've done before. Us politicians are selfish, are greedy, and at times the decisions that we make are about us, not about the nation. At this juncture, there's positivity in us moving forward. Yesterday and last night, I had the Norton MP's cheer fund, which was well attended by a lot of corporates who were there because of the new dispensation, because of supporting the noble cause of an MP who wants his community to grow. They don't have to really belong to Zanu PF or MDC, but they have to be associated with development. That's why they were there. Our guest of honor was Honorable Ziyambi. Honorable Mtangwa was there, and the Provincial Affairs Minister again, Mrs. Mtangwa was there. Honorable Senator Bobo was there. The MP for Mondoromba Gangarawa was there. It's a team. It's all part of the Chegutu team because our vision is to see our people, get a better life from the resources that we get as members of parliament and the resources the country has. To me, it becomes clear that our objective is to assist people, is to be able to ensure that the Zimbabweans get what they want at the end of the day. At this juncture, people just want a better life. People don't want to stand in queues. They want to have access to money. They want to have access to good roads, good health, good education, and be able to go on holiday and enjoy this country. The president addressed this in his speech at the Zanu PF Extraordinary Congress. He also addressed this in his inauguration speech. All this he's been trying to push so that we as Zimbabweans can rally behind the vision the president has. Whether you like him or not, he's the head of state, he's the CEO, he is a visionary. We must actualize and be part of this vision so that as Zimbabweans, the aspect of negative energy is thrown away. For me, at this juncture, I really don't have time for negative energy. All I have is positive energy. We have suffered for too long under the rule of Robert Mugabe. And for me to try and again get myself to be in that mood, it's impossible. I reject it. and I step out of that zone and get into a zone which is about being positive. I want to say this: we have a generation to serve. It is my appeal that the voters roll, BVR, people go and register to vote. You can see the thing statistics, we are now at 4 million. We've got to push, we've got to be hitting the 8, the 10 million, so that people speak at the end of the day. Opposition parties who are contesting in the elections, go on the ground and work. If there's violence from the military or anybody, report it, show it. You now have smartphones. Take a picture of it. But let's also not lie. You are dancing to the tactic and strategy of Zanu PF by concentrating a lot on social media. Zanu PF has got intelligent people. Honorable Chris Mfangwa is not stupid. And you seem to be focusing on him rather than focusing on your own agenda of wanting to govern. If you want to govern, be serious and be seen to be on the ground, working and taking programs to people. Zanu PF has bought brand new cars, which you see, which we all see. I don't see any brand new car from the opposition. So it is about time that we don't accuse this election of being rigged when we rigged it ourselves by not mobilizing people and not being able to go on the ground to conscientize people of what we think is proper for us and what Zanu PF is not doing. As a result, I want to urge all Zimbabweans to pray for us political leaders not to disseminate information which is negative, but for us to be positive in supporting this new dispensation. I want to be very clear to say that whilst I'm still not in Zanu PF, I am encouraged to see a lot of what Zanu PF is doing, especially what the president is talking to. He's talking to us about non-violent elections. He's talking to us about free, fair and credible elections. It is critical at this point in time for me to align myself to a leader who the people of Norton who equally enjoy his governance. It's about governance that involves people's lives improving. I want to see industry taking off in Norton. At the end of the day, that is what is important. That's why I was sent and I was elected to go into Parliament, the people of Norton, to represent them effectively so that whatever they yearn for, they get at the end of the day. A better life is all the Norton people want at the end of the day. They don't care who is in charge, but it's the delivery of what they advocate for, which is a good life. I once again thank you for listening to me. This is Honorable Temba Mliswa, the people's commissar, Chinu Chedu.